Okay, let's talk about something that can literally change your financial life. We're going to break down a super simple but incredibly powerful routine that you can follow every single time that paycheck hits your account. This isn't about crazy spreadsheets or some get-rich-quick nonsense. It's just a straightforward system designed to put you on the path to building real wealth. 15 seconds. That's it. Believe it or not, that's the window of time you have. The second your pay lands in your bank account, you've got about 15 seconds before your brain, that beautiful, impulsive brain of yours, starts cooking up all the ways you could spend it. It's a tiny, tiny window, but wow, it is everything.
Because really, that's the choice you're making in those first few moments, whether you realize it or not. Are you going to let that money just vanish into thin air? Or are you going to put a system in place that builds your wealth? Today, we're choosing the system.
And this brings us to what I like to call the 15-second trap. See, most people are kind of like financial sleepwalkers. The money shows up, it feels like winning the lottery, and then a few weeks later, they're scratching their heads wondering, where did it all go? But here's the thing. Your paycheck isn't a surprise gift. It's the most powerful wealth-building tool you own.
And this right here is the absolute core of the problem. It's a fundamental flaw in how most of us are taught to think about money, and it's a simple mistake that pretty much guarantees you'll always feel like you're running on a treadmill.
So let's flip that around. Let's talk about the wealth builder's mindset. Because it's not really about how much money you make, it's about the system you follow. Let's just look at the two approaches, side by side.
The difference here looks so small, but it is the entire ballgame. The typical approach on the left, that's a recipe for frustration. Because spoiler alert, there's never anything left. But the wealth builder's approach on the right, what people call paying yourself first, it completely changes the equation. And this analogy just hits the nail on the head. It perfectly explains why that typical approach fails. You can pour all the money you want into that bucket, but if you don't plug the hole first by saving and investing, it's all just going to leak right out. So let's make this crystal clear. It is not about your income, it is all about your system. Person B, who makes half as much money, but has a system to automatically save and invest, is in a way better position than person A. Financial success is about what you keep, not just what you earn. Okay, so the mindset is set. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty, the actual practical step-by-step plan. This is what you do the moment you get paid. We're going to walk through these 5 steps. Think of them like building a house. Each one is a layer of the foundation, and they build on each other to create a financial structure that's solid and eventually runs on its own. Step 1, your foundation. You've got to be brutally honest with yourself here. What are your true necessities? We're talking housing, food, transportation. The goal is to keep those essentials under 60% of your take-home pay. This example here is at 57%, which is great. That leaves a healthy chunk of change, 43%, for everything else we're about to talk about. Step 2 is all about protection. Before you save a dime or invest a penny, you have to make your minimum debt payments. This is non-negotiable. And isn't it wild? In school, a 97% is an A+. But in the credit world, it means you're considered high risk. Your financial reputation is built on being on time every single time. All right, step 3 is your safety net, your emergency fund. The target here is to have 3 to 6 months of your essential living expenses tucked away. This isn't just money in the bank, it's peace of mind in a jar. And let's be super clear on the purpose of this fund. It's for true emergencies, right? The car dies, the roof leaks, an unexpected medical bill. This money does not belong in the stock market. Its job isn't to make you rich, its job is to be safe and easy to get to. So you want it liquid, you want it boring, and you want it to protect you when life happens. Okay, once your safety net is solid, we get to the really exciting part, the growth engine. Step 4, investing. And when it comes to investing, this quote says it all. The most powerful force you have on your side is time. Just look at this. This is the cost of waiting, in cold, hard cash. Somebody who starts investing at 25 ends up with more than double what someone who starts just 10 years later has. That 10-year delay, it cost them $600,000. That, my friends, is the magic of compound interest. So where do you begin? It's actually pretty simple. Your number one absolute first priority is to get your employer's 401k match if they offer one. It's free money, 100% return instantly. From there, aim to invest about 10% of your income. And please don't get paralyzed by all the options. A simple, low-cost index fund is perfect for most people. The most important thing is just to start. Now for step 5, the freedom plan. This is where we attack that high-interest debt. Credit cards, personal loans, you know the deal. You've got two main strategies. The avalanche method is what the math says is best, you save the most money on interest. But the snowball method, where you knock out your smallest debts first for those quick psychological wins, well, that's often more effective because it keeps you going. Remember, personal finance is way more about behavior than it is about math.
Okay, so we've got the 5 steps, but let's be real. How do you make sure this actually happens every single payday without fail? You use the secret weapon. You automate the entire process. You take the weakest link in the whole system, your own human willpower, right out of the equation.
So here's how it looks. Payday. The money hits your checking account. Then, the very next day, a bunch of automatic transfers you've already set up just happen. Money zips over to your emergency fund. It flies into your retirement account. It goes to your investments, all without you lifting a finger or fighting that little voice in your head telling you to go shopping.
Now, one really important warning on this. Automation is not a set it and forget it forever kind of deal. Life changes. You get a raise? Awesome. Go in and update your transfers to save more. You finally pay off that car loan? Great! Reroute that old car payment amount straight into your investments. Your automation has to grow with you.
You know, this whole system, this simple payday routine, it's really all about taking back control. It's about going from being a passenger in your financial life to being the one in the driver's seat, telling your money exactly where to go. It's simple, for sure, but the impact is absolutely profound. And that's really the question this all boils down to, isn't it? 5 years from now, are you going to look back and wonder where all that money disappeared to? Or are you going to look at the wealth you've built on purpose and know you were the one in charge? You can start with your very next paycheck. The choice is yours.